I'm 24 years old. I just turned 24 a couple weeks ago.
God bless. Happy birthday.
Thank you. And I would like to have His Grace's advice to, what would you say to a 24-year-old man in America today? What would be your biggest warning?
The biggest warning to someone who is in his 20s or in her 20s, do not be deceived by what the world is offering you. Do not be tempted by the world's temptation. Today, social media platforms, mainstream media, so many things, technology has really shaped and formed this human being of the 21st century to a very big degree. Knowledge has exploded in our time and age, and that is very, very dangerous. That's why young people get influenced by very intellectual and educated people. For example, at university levels, those professors, those scientists, the young men and women look up to them as if they are some sort of a god coming and telling us these information. They are way, way beyond our grasp. So knowledge has increased. There are so many things that can easily tempt a human being, and especially a young one. The problem from the very beginning, as a Christian now I'm saying this, the problem from the very beginning when God placed Adam, our first father, when He placed him in the Garden of Eden, God pre-warned Adam out of love and said to him, do not eat from the tree of the knowledge. So it was a tree of knowledge. And some people say, was that an apple tree? That's why the iPhone has that symbol and a bitten sort of apple from the side. But it wasn't a fruit tree. It wasn't an apple, it wasn't any other fruits. It was, as the Holy Bible says, it was a literal tree called the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's a literal tree. So that tree is the tree of knowledge. And who is that tree? Me and you and every human being. We are that tree. There was also another tree in the center of the Garden of Eden called the tree of life. Who is that tree? Christ. God said, the day you eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, surely you shall die. The day you rely on yourself, my child, your beginning will be good and your end will be evil. You see, so many youngsters, why do they get drawn so easily to what the world is offering? Why? Because they are still experiencing life. They are still exploring. They haven't come to this horizon yet. They lived at home. Mom and dad dictated or taught or whatever they did. They raised them in this particular way. But now they are a teenager. Now they are 20, 21, 23, 24, in their 20s. They want to learn their way. They want to explore life now their way, not what parents taught them and showed them and revealed to them. So when they go out at the first time ever, they sit in that car and the big subwoofer Habibi, as I always mention in my talks, and all these young men and women driving down, going downtown, brother, and we're cruising down the highway, we're speeding, bro. This is wonderful for a youngster. Wow. Man, I thought I was living at home. I was imprisoned for life. That wasn't life, that was slavery. This is what you call life. Finally, the cage is open and this little bird is flying high, feeling and living the freedom. So we are in pursuit of that freedom, but our way. It tastes good, it looks good, it's very attractive. So we go out, wow, wow, wow factor. We enjoy it, we have fun, we sing, dance and drink and come back very late the second day, 4 o'clock in the morning, 6 a.m. Maybe after 2 days I show up at home. After a little while, before I know it, I ended up in a very evil way. I either became a drug addict, alcoholic, gambler, and doing so many wrong things under the sun. The beginning was good, but the end definitely was evil. I mix with a lot of young men and women, teenagers in their 20s, the youth, our youth. And I believe our youth are the future of the church. We need to focus on them. The 21st century youth are wonderful. They just need guidance. They need somebody to hold their hand and show them the way to the Lord Jesus. They can turn the whole world around because their intention is good, the heart is good, needs some adjustment. Like the Lord did with Saul, who became later on Paul, one of the greatest pillars in the Church of Christ. So it's very attractive what the world is offering me. And it's offering me at an age where it's very dangerous, where I am not experienced enough, embedded enough in what life is all about. That's where my fall is a lot easier than I'm much older, much more mature. You know, what is the problem or the issue between parents and children? Why is there always conflict, friction between these two parties, parents and children? Why? One reason. If I were to say, what is the definition of life? In a simple terminology, life is experience and knowledge. You see, when parents speak to their children, they speak to their children based on experience. When the children speak to their parents, they speak to them based on knowledge, because children haven't lived to the age of their parents to have the experience of the parents. So all they can speak about what knowledge they've received until that particular age. But that knowledge doesn't tell you what life is all about. It is the experience that teaches you what life is all about. That is why when parents speak out of experience, meaning they have experienced the good and the bad. That's why they know which friend is good and which is not. You need to listen to someone older, wiser, more mature than you in order to be able to make a decision based on solid ground, not on a shaky ground.
So to have a mentor or upper guidance, basically.
Definitely you have to have a mentor.
Got it.
You do it your way, the beginning is good, but the end 100% is distraction, evil.
Understood.